Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Super excited for this video. Please don't mind me. I have a major headache, and so I have my sunglasses on. I got two comments on the channel. One comment, I believe, sparked another comment. The first comment was on a video that I created. Tonal 2 is here, and I want to cry. That comment, Tonal is a million times better than Speediance. It is not even a competition. I have both. That's excellent. I've actually had both myself. As you guys may or may not know, I've experienced both the Tonal and I've experienced the Gym Monster version 1 and the Gym Monster version 2. I have yet to experience the Tonal version 2, but as I've said to you in another video, I don't believe that it has enough upgrades to even warrant having had made the version 2. Now, this user left another comment towards the end of the chat thread after many users said why they prefer the Speediance. They wrote, "I completely understand all of the arguments against Tonal. For me, the question is simple. Take the money and the wall issue out of it. Which one of these two machines is better?" The answer is Tonal 100% of the time. Okay, so this person wants to take out two extremely large factors when it comes to Tonal being different than other machines. I can understand why this user wants to do that, but at the same time, I think that you can't fairly do it. Because the reason why no one wants to buy, not no one, but the reason why most people do not want to buy a Tonal is because it is so unbelievably expensive to buy the machine itself, and the fact that they force you into a 1-year subscription at $60 a month. And with Tonal, you're forced to install it on your wall. So those are the three actually main issues, two of which this user brings out that he wants out of the equation. If you take away the fact that it has to be forced to be installed on your wall by so-called professionals for a fee, and if you take away the fact that it's so unbelievably expensive just to buy the product and for the subscription, if you take those two things away, then what's a better machine? Well, machine-wise, this person believes it's a Tonal. By the end of this conversation, I believe that maybe we'll have a little bit more of a nuanced answer. Because I don't believe you can fairly take away two of the biggest things that make Tonal undesirable and say, well, now what's better? I don't think you can fairly do it. But let's move on to the second comment on this channel. That second comment was left by a long-term subscriber, Mike Lawson. Excellent comments over the years. Really appreciate Mike. Joey, thanks for creating more videos. I'd like to hear your thoughts when not talking about the subscription. Okay, so let's take away the subscription, the fact that Speediance with the Gym Monster, they require 0 subscription at the time of making this video to obtain everything the machine has to offer. Let's not talk about that huge deal. No problem, Mike. I got you, bro. I know that Speediance offers a great value at the moment. They don't have a pricey membership. So if it's just for cost, it seems like Speediance wins. But I'd love to hear more about the experience and what it feels like with the Gym Monster 2 versus the Tonal 2 in the future. So maybe he's guessing that perhaps I might use a Tonal 2 in the future, which I can tell you right now, that'll never happen, Mike. So I got to make this video for you now. Taking price out of it when the hardware for both is not cheap. If Tonal 2 does feel more premium, there is a case for some viewers that it's better. If it's taking price only, then Speediance wins. Also, the folks over at Speediance seem lovely, and they picked a great person in you to deliver to viewers all the good features of the product. But Tonal 2 is also supporting an American company with primarily American staff, and they were leading the tech in the first place. So it included a lot of R&D that other companies lifted ideas from. It is possible that Gym Monster 2 and Tonal 2 are even, and if so, Speediance wins for saving money on subscription. But I think a case can be made that Tonal 2 is better in many other ways. Excellent, excellent question, excellent comment. And of course, in the future, Mike, if I can make more videos touching on this, I will. But I wanted to make one now. That's very important to me. But keep in mind, guys, this video is sponsored by Mueller Sports, but we'll talk about them more later. I want to talk to you guys about my experience with the Tonal 1 and with the Speediance 1 and 2. We already know from Paul Schuyler, who did a video on the Tonal 2, that the Tonal 2 feels more smooth when it comes to the motors themselves, okay? So let's just imagine now Tonal feels more smooth. The Tonal 2. When speaking about the Tonal 1, however, it already felt smooth. And when compared to the Speediance Gym Monster version 1, the Tonal 1 blew the Gym Monster 1 out of the water when it comes to smoothness. There's no question. The accessories as well, which are not the machine, but I'll talk about the accessories. Keep in mind, that has nothing to do with the machine itself. But the accessories on the Gym Monster version 1 were also very less premium when it comes to the Tonal's accessories. But of course, you're spending double for the Tonal 1 when compared. In fact, it's a little probably more than double for the Tonal 1 than the Speediance Gym Monster version 1. So a lot of that money is not going to the machine. It's going to the accessories. Keep that in mind. I also want to mention that I've done videos on the Tonal 1 in the past that have said that there are certain parts of it that feel very premium, but others that are cheap as garbage. I did a video talking about how you have to be careful not to break the cheap plastic on the Tonal version 1. Cheap plastic is not found on premium products typically, or at least it shouldn't be in my opinion. Now, I've used both the Tonal 1 and the Speediance Gym Monster version 1 and 2. I can tell you, gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, that it is exactly the same product with some key differences. Those key differences being the fact that one is extremely expensive and one has to be installed on your wall. The two differences that the previous commenter wanted to take out of the equation. Other than that, they are essentially the same exact machine. As Mike brought out, Tonal was the first, and I've said it in all of my videos, Tonal was the first to come up with this technology, which means it did a large majority of the work that other companies, other than Speediance, every other company out there, Vitruvian, Unitree Pump, all those companies basically copied off of. Tonal put in the work first. But guys, capitalism is the main driver for improvement. The United States of America was built on this very concept. The idea that someone comes up with a product, but then another company does better using the same product idea. Innovation, cost reduction, upgrades to equipment, all those things have to do with thriving to stay number one on the market. When Tonal came out with their version 1, they were the only ones out there. When Speediance outdid them using the concept of capitalism, in my opinion, let me know what you guys think in the comments, what did Tonal do? Tonal sued them. I don't know where that lawsuit stands right now, but Tonal sued Speediance. Tonal didn't try to get better. Tonal didn't try to say, hey, Speediance is right. They did it better the second time around. Let me do better a third time around. They didn't do any of that. And let me tell you right now, with the Tonal 2, based on Paul Schuyler's review, Tonal still didn't do better than the Speediance version 1, in my opinion. The Tonal 2 is not better than the Speediance version 1, even though they had all this time to try to make improvements. It sounds to me like Tonal sat back and said, hey, you did better than us, and we're going to sue you. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I've used both machines. Tonal 1, Speediance 1, and Speediance Gym Monster 2. They are essentially the same exact thing. They're both home gym equipment that work off of electronic motors that offer a resistance in order to build muscle. The main differences are Tonal, mandatory installation with the Tonal, mandatory installation by their so-called professionals that screw up all the time. That's the main thing. That's one of the main differences. The Speediance Gym Monster is portable. They took a Tonal and put it on wheels. Why? They used physics.
Emotional damage.
In order to create a 90-degree angle where you will stand on the machine to support the machine while it's giving you an incredible amount of weight. They were smarter than Tonal. Could they have done this machine without Tonal? Well, Tonal, as Mike said, came out with all the concept first, the R&D. They did the work, okay? Speediance took it. Vitruvian took it. Unitree Pump took it. Everybody took it. Oxfit took it. Everybody took it. That's capitalism, guys. Capitalism should be the main driver of improvement, because if Tonal wants to stay number one, they have to continually improve. And guess what? They haven't done it. Mostly probably because they're in major financial discomfort at the moment. But let's move on. So when you say you want to take the mandatory installation away from the whole Tonal concept and then say Tonal's better, understand you're taking away a huge reason why Tonal sucks. When I was at CES representing Speediance, so many people were coming over to me and saying, does this need to be drilled into a wall? They don't want it. The people don't want it. Speediance did better, okay? The Gym Monster is portable. The Gym Monster is cheaper. If you take cost out of it as well, like I said before, you're getting the same exact product. Essentially, the same exact product. Cost is a number one driver of what makes something better for people. If you have a product but it's too expensive and that no one can buy, it's useless. Speediance did better on the product as well. They're also not forcing you into a subscription model. And last time I checked, they will never force anyone into a subscription model. You'll be able to buy the machine and use the machine without a subscription. Unlike Tonal. Because when you stop paying the Tonal subscription, they remove everything that makes the machine special. Gym Monster, Speediance has already told us they will not do that, okay? So when you say you want to remove the wall mount and the pricing, well, guys, that's like the major differences. Because they're the same product. Okay, so let's move on. I want to say something. Mike brought out a great point. Tonal is primarily an American company, but guys, is Tonal supporting America? Is Tonal supporting the United States? Their equipment, their machines, their parts, they're made in Taiwan. Last I checked, they're made in Taiwan. So using the idea of Tonal being an American company, a United States company supporting the U.S., guys, Tonal is not even supporting the U.S. So I can't really look at that as any type of a selling point for me, because one is coming from China, Speediance, the other one's coming from Taiwan. The people in the United States are getting the money for it, but essentially I would want to see that be a United States-based company through and through. Because if not, you got a major gap in calling it a United States company, in my humble opinion. Okay? Now, the Tonal one, again, had a more premium feel, but the Gym Monster 2 fixes that. I've used the Gym Monster 2. They fixed that. It feels extremely different, extremely smooth, extremely powerful, fluid, just fluid, unbelievably smooth, smoother, in fact, than the Tonal one ever felt. Now, Paul Skylar did say that the Tonal 2 feels smoother. But I want to remind you guys that the Gym Monster didn't just copy Tonal and say, we're going to make it cheaper. We're going to use physics to be able to find a way so that you don't have to bolt it to a wall. No, Speediance also did better in the way that they gave the Speediance Gym Monster 2 motors. Tonal is still a one motor machine. Why are two motors better? Well, you can work independently on each side. You can have two people train at the same time, or you can do back-to-back circuit training using the partner mode, which has changed the game for me. It really has. I use it all the time. I've talked about it in my videos to you guys. So, excellent comment from Mike. Excellent comment from the other user as well. But I have to say, guys, it's the same machine. Like Mike said it himself. Speediance used the R&D that Tonal did. They used it. Just like every other company did. Tonal only sued Speediance, though. Didn't sue Vitruvian, didn't sue Unitree, didn't sue anybody else, Oxfit. They just wanted to pick on Speediance because Speediance outdid them a million times, in my opinion. But the one thing that would answer Mike's question and my question is if the first commenter actually told us why. Why? Tell me in the comments, please, my friend. Tell me why Speediance is so beneath Tonal. Why does Tonal blow Speediance out of the water? Tell me why. Is it because it's less smooth? Well, Speediance fixed that now with the version 2. But why does it blow it out of the water? I don't understand genuinely. I don't even understand genuinely how the Tonal 1 versus the Speediance 1, how it blows it out of the water. I don't understand. It's the same machine. It's the same machine, except Speediance just did it better. They made it cheaper and they gave you two motors and you don't have to install it. Those reasons in itself, just the two motors and the fact that you don't have to install it, make it a better machine. Take subscription out of it. Take money out of it. Those two factors in general make it a better machine. That's my opinion, of course. But I need to know. Tell me, why is Tonal better? It's the same thing. I've said it a million times on the channel. Using a Speediance Gym Monster is like driving in a Toyota. The Tonal, because of the look, because of the advertising, because of the smoother operation, it wasn't night and day, but it was better. Let's just call it that you're driving in a Mercedes. Maybe Mercedes is actually too good of a car or too good of a brand. Let's call it a BMW, right? You're driving in a BMW when you have a Tonal, and then you're driving in a Toyota when you're using the Speediance. You're getting to the same place, except one is actually more practical. One is less expensive. When compared to the other one, that's just more money because of the brand. And maybe you have a little leather in there. Maybe there's a slight bit less plastic. I got to be honest with you guys. The Speediance Gym Monster version 1, I won't even touch on the version 2, which is very, very premium compared to the Gym Monster 1. But let's just do apples to apples. Tonal 1 versus Speediance version 1. There's nothing wrong with the Speediance one. It still feels premium, other than the fact that the motors are a little less smooth. I can be honest with you and tell you that. I'm going to be honest the whole time. The motors are not as smooth on the Gym Monster 1. But you're getting to the same place. So Mike asked that question, is it possible that Gym Monster 2 and Tonal 2 are even? And if so, Speediance wins for saving money. But I think a case can be made that Tonal 2 is better in many other ways. Mike, again, I can't speak for the Tonal 2, but the fact that Tonal took so long to come out with a second version, and basically the only thing they added was a more smoother feel. They added 50 extra pounds and chrome accents. Come on, bro. Chrome accents, who cares? Who the hell cares? I'm already telling you, they still got the same plastic garbage on that Tonal 2. I can see it in Paul's video. Tonal was desperate, in my opinion, to come out with another product because Speediance came out with theirs and then came out with a version 2 so fast, and Tonal still didn't come out with a version 1. I have users on this channel commenting saying, I wish Tonal would upgrade their software. I wish Tonal would add new features. I wish Tonal would come up with new accessories. Why haven't they? They don't have enough money, or they don't have the drive or motivation. It's one of the two or both. So I still think that the Gym Monster 1 is better than the Tonal version 1. And I would love to have the wonderful user who originally commented tell me why it is not, because you and I have both used both. We've both used both. And just because one feels a bit smoother, that doesn't mean nothing to me. I'm still getting the same results for cheaper, less than half, and no subscriptions. And both companies, again, are not US based, in my opinion, because Tonal gets their stuff from Taiwan. So you're not supporting the United States. Cheaper labor. China, they did it better. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and thank you both for your wonderful comments. Talk to you guys in the next video. And don't forget to check out Mueller Sports. They do it right every time, and they're a fully US-based company. Last time I checked. Have a great day, guys.